a heads up. I'm telling you what's coming. What's coming down the road is this lawsuit now. Federal lawsuits are very expensive to defend. On this one in particular, I think we have found some attorneys. As a matter of fact, I did get the retainer. We'll talk about it in a minute. I just saw it on my phone. Okay? I did. They're very expensive to defend. Why? Because the federal court is, first of all, you have to be licensed in that federal court. Not every lawyer in Florida is licensed to do federal court. I'm licensed in the Southern District of Florida, but I never took the test up here in the Middle District or in the Northern District. There's 3 districts in the federal. I mean, I can take the test. It's not a real problem. I think Andrea's studying now for the Southern District or the Southern? Okay.
Yeah, I'm a member of the Middle District.
And he's a member of the Middle District. But the second thing is you have to learn how to file electronically because there's no more paper filing in the federal courts. And the third thing is everything is in paper. There are no hearings. You don't talk. You talk by writing, which becomes cumbersome. Okay? Everything is a memo of law that you have to present to this judge. So lawyers that practice in federal court are very expensive. So one of the problems here is, what are they doing? Well, this happens to be Allstate. They had boku money. But how about those clinic owners? Do they have boku money to defend themselves? We might win on the law and lose in practicality, right? I mean, you understand? This is something that's very, very serious in this sense. Okay? It's very serious because they could really, really, really do a lot of damage. I'll give you, for instance, in Miami, the United Auto Insurance Company filed a lawsuit against one of the top chiropractors. It was my understanding that United owed him $1,200,000 throughout the years that they didn't pay. The lawsuit began to cost this chiropractor so much money to defend it, okay, that he settled for $300,000, which was hardly the money, almost just about, that he had paid to the lawyer. So he had to give up his whole $1.2 million. United did it for that reason. Okay? And he just gave up on it. One of the reasons was I think that the lawyer screwed up, but anyway. All right? And maybe the lawyer was milking, all right, that too, which is what right now I have to play with the lawyer I'm recommending for this, that he don't milk it in. I think I got that unit pricing. That won't be no. In other words, the lawyer's detailing out to respond to the complaint, a motion to dismiss in this, X amount. Next step, if we have to answer, X amount. If we have to do discovery, X pay, you know, so we know it's not an hourly drain. So I'm working on it. But what I'm trying to tell you guys is, you know, if you're in this situation, then let's look for an alternative and let's look for something that to resolve. Okay, because you know they are coming. They have circled the wagons, and even more now. With the loss that they received yesterday, they're going to be even more aggressive for a while because they're pissed. And I'm talking about, and you read one of our representatives there. Horner actually went nose to nose with them in a corridor after the vote, and the insurance people that were there were screaming and yelling like animals after this vote. I mean, they are, you know, they're pissed. They're angry. Good.
Yeah, I must not have been clear on something. You were talking about, in the very beginning, about ownership has to be by a physician, licensed physician in the state. And then you said LMTs. Are you implying that LMTs are being placed as owners as well? Is that what you're trying to say?
No.
No, okay, I wasn't following you then.
What I said was that the proscription of the 3 years, in 2008, the statute that came out in 2008, that took effect in 2008, said that if you have not been licensed for the continuous 3 years, or are not owned, if you were publicly owned, that's okay. And stuff like, the whole idea of that was to get out and try to weed out the non-medical owners of the medical providers. And so there were 2 ways that people got around it. One is have a doctor be the figurehead owner, because now he was ACA exempted, didn't have to apply for a license. Or you own the therapy, have a doctor that's not your doctor refer you the patient, the LMT. Those are the 2 ways, because also that was ACA exempted also. Okay, those were the 2 ways that we got around it. Well, they know. Took them 3 years, but they know. Okay, and so now they are asking the questions. They are looking at records, you know, the Secretary of State records,
Yes.
and stuff like that. And they are finding, you know, one doctor owned, in Miami, one doctor owned in the same building. On the 3rd floor one, and on the 4th floor another. Come on, that's obvious. Okay? And there was so much more that he did. So much more that gave it all away. Okay, give it all away, and they found all this out. They went and investigated. All right? And they asked him one day, why do you own 2 clinics in the same building? How do you differentiate your patients? Well, it was obvious, right? So this is the kind of thing that we need to be very careful, like I said. You know, if you're in that situation, let's talk. If you're in that situation, let's talk. We'll talk privately, and we'll see what we can resolve and stuff like that. I don't want you to get into trouble. But these are the things that, it's my job to tell you what's happening on the street and in the courts. You guys know more about the street. I know more about the courts, what's happening. Okay? So I am telling you that, and now with what happened yesterday, they're going to come with more fury at this. They're going to come in hard. I don't know if you guys know what happened, what was it, last month, 2 months? The Hillsborough
PIP ordinance?
Yeah, the PIP ordinance, about 2 months ago?
Yes.
Yeah, about 2 months ago, the county commission in Hillsborough decided that they were going to get involved with PIP. And they were going to pass an ordinance with a second license, a local license that you had to get, with all kinds of restrictions, with all kinds of money that you had to pay. Basically, when I was there in Hillsborough and we were going to discuss this and fight it, 90% of the medical providers had to close because they couldn't pass the license. It was so rigorous and onerous. All right? And this was, what do you think was behind this? All right? The insurance companies. Of course, this was before the session. They were trying to make stink in the session, okay? And one of the reasons was because we found out that the leadership of the legislature this year didn't want to deal with it. They didn't want to get into the bloody fight, because it is a bloody fight, right? So they kind of like, they weren't interested. There's other problems in the state of Florida, major problems, that they have to deal with. But the insurance companies went haywire. All right, every day there has been in at least one newspaper in the state a fraud report about it. And every day they change the statistics, they change the way they paint them. All right, and it's so funny because we read them and we get them because what we did was we set up our website that looks through Google. Every time PIP is mentioned in anything, newspaper or websites or anything like that, we get it, right? And we go look at it. And it's funny, the things that are happening. But this was all done for that. And Joe and James and my other attorney associate, they went in front of the commission. And all those providers showed up. And stood there in front of those commissioners and says, you'll pass this? And what did they do? They backed off. Oh, we gotta study this a little more. and they, but every time it comes up for a hearing, you got to be there. Because they're not going to do it. You got 50 people saying, don't sign that, don't pass that. And they're going to say, oh, those are 50 votes. I'm not going to do this. So this is what's happening. But they are ravenous, the insurance companies. They are ravenous. Unfortunately, they have thought that Florida is their state, that they can do whatever they want. And they have. They have. Come on. State Farm sells billions of dollars in car insurance, and he left all us homeowners hanging. And nobody told them anything. Goodbye, all right, you do that. This is a very insurance-friendly state. It really is. Okay? And they think they can do anything they want. These are situations that are being presented. Here's a new thing that Gonzalez and Associates is doing for you. And you're going to receive that document that you see there, it's in your book, which is a case status report. For every case, for every single case you will receive one. One of the things, when we get into day, when we get into progress, when we get into things that the day-to-day, I get involved in a case, or I get involved in this, and, I forget about the other 5 at that moment because I'm involved in this one, trying to get in, just like we all are, okay? And I heard some of you say, hey, I don't hear from you guys of what's happening. Now, I like the idea when Karina calls or somebody, the case manager just calls, listen, we got an offer for $6,000, they owe you 8, they're going to give you 6, you take it or not, and then I give you money. All right? And I bring money in, and Herman and Chris comes with this pile of checks, it gives you money, but how about the other ones? What happened to the other cases? I'm trying now to get you a status. This is what's happening. This is what we need, or the case stinks, it's not going to go. All right, close it up. I'm going to close it. I think you should close it. All right, because it stinks. This is what I'm talking about. So you will be seeing this document, and we're going to send it by fax or by email and stuff like that. So today, if you guys have email, I hope, because it's the fastest way and more convenient, give it to the people. So we can put email addresses in your profiles that we have in our case management program. And we send out those emails to you automatically, all right? Or fax numbers. I imagine we have the fax numbers. Where I think we're a little short is on your email addresses, is where we're short. And basically, we got your fax numbers. But we will send this to you so that you will know. So I don't get a client calling me and saying, I haven't had a case status in 6 months. Really? Let me get it done. I want to avoid those. I want to give you the best service that I can give you. And, the service is not only winning the cases, is keeping you and your business in tune to what's happening, keeping you, protecting your interests, trying to get you paid. Like I said, if you guys are not getting paid on the claims level, I'm going to lose you because I've lost other ones. And I know. And then I have 10 cases of yours, and 3 years later, when I come to you and says, we're going to go to trial, we're going to solve all these 10 cases, I'm in construction now. I don't even know about that. That happened. It's happened. I mean, I'm telling you from experience. I'm not telling you anything that hasn't happened to me. That's done. All right, so this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get you better service. I'm trying to get my people to better respond to your needs, okay? And Nando and Herman and Chris and Joe, and everybody that was here. That's why I introduced them, because these people are going to be doing,